We are now live. That's right.
This is a live stream?
What's that? No, it's not a live stream, but we're live recording. That's what I'm saying.
So people can't join?
People can join. Kensei's right here in the room. He could join us if he wanted to.
Join.
I don't want
to be as elite as possible.
Elite.
Be an elite gatekeeper.
Exactly.
Kensei, get the fuck out.
Get the fuck.
I'm joking, dude.
Yeah, part 3 is not now.
I'm all in the house that he pays rent in. I have no standing whatsoever. I do not have.
It's okay. He is slinking back in the kitchen. I can't see him, but this is a great way to start off Pankration Philosophy episode 26.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
When's the last time I was on it?
I think last episode you were on was with Fernando.
Right, and
that was episode 20.
Okay, so it's not
that long.
You didn't leave me in the dust.
No. But what we do have now is we have this brand new microphone. This is what was not when you were last here.
So have you used this for the last couple of...
I've used this, let's see, I've used this since about a third, I think this is the third episode I've used it.
So for Gabe and...
Yeah, for Gabe and Jay. And then Kensei. And then, so now, episode.
Jay's seems his one's this is the second. Is it the first one he did? That would be his first.
No. So Jay and Gabe was the second one.
Okay, but the one Jay did by himself, got a ton of hits.
Did
by a ton I mean like 6.
But because of Jay's profile or picture.
Yeah, what's this guy talking about?
Looking like young Lil Yachty.
Young Lil Chief Keef Yachty.
Yeah.
Lil Xan.
All
the littles combined.
Starting it. Yep. And then, anyway, I guess we don't need to introduce ourselves. I mean, we know
I'm Scott McDonald, one of the original...
That is Scott McDonald.
Members,
goddamn right.
of Pankration Philosophy.
And
I put the philosophy in Pankration.
Yeah. Smashed it there. And I'm Pocholo Cruz. And yes, so the date is January 6th, 2019. I believe it's the first one of the new year.
Oh shit.
Dang. Actually, wait, I can't say, but it doesn't matter that much. The first actual episode of the new year, and what a year. Well, I'm just looking back at how we started this. I just saw I listened to our first episode again.
Was that when you pulled out like the science of MMA book?
And so, was that one?
Or was it when we were watching? No, we did fight predictions.
We did fight predictions, and then we had this random. It was like a random Ukrainian guy.
Yeah,
I remember we were picking him. I was like, yeah, this guy.
Yeah, he's
good.
The next to go.
Yeah,
and was he or?
I can't remember.
I don't think he was.
I think it was like back when it was when. I think that was when Volkov fought Verdum or something. Or maybe even before that. But yeah. I do not know how accurate we were.
Verdum didn't win via triangle?
No, he didn't. He got knocked out bad.
Damn it. I knew that.
No. But yeah, let's see. What is there to talk? Well, I guess nothing's happened in the MMA world since we last
dude.
Talked. Let's see.
What do you mean? Conor lost?
Yeah.
Conor lost to Khabib. Yes. That's huge. There was a huge post-fight brawl.
Oh, wait, what? A brawl? Yeah. Tell me fighters want to fight? Yeah.
We could talk about the philosophical implications. Actually, just real implications of running your mouth.
Of running your mouth? We can talk about that.
John Jones is light heavyweight champion.
And just keeps popping.
And then that's something we can unpack too, because that is... I didn't know what a picogram was. I don't even know how USADA does their testing. I know they do cotton swabs, I think, urinalysis, probably blood draws, and But from what I understand with the whole picogram thing is that it's such a minuscule amount, amount.
Yes, I have the amount right here. So a picogram is 1/trillionth of a gram.
These motherfuckers need to that is scary that they
1/trillionth of a gram. So that is so it's a 10 with 12 decimal points.
He's literally looking at it right now.
Yeah. Folks. It's so to put perspective, a nanogram seems small, right?
Right.
A nanogram.
A picogram is less than a nanogram.
So a picogram is 1,000th of a nanogram. So if you took a nanogram and you split it 1,000 times,
If you took a gram of salt and you chopped it up a billion times, just like I was chopping up the Coke.
Yeah. I mean, well, you gotta know, guys. I do a lot of Coke.
But, yeah, so it's scary that the testing is that accurate that it can read that amount in your system. And then even they I think somewhere along the lines they said he was jumping from like 40 to 60 picograms, and even that is like nothing. So the only thing I can conceive of, and I may be off base here, is it's like the real question is, was he using PEDs during his suspension time? Right? And did that affect what we see now? I guess that's and what do you really consider cheating? Do you consider using a PED? Because obviously he wasn't using PEDs during training camp for this fight.
Because it's such a minuscule amount as well. So like, what would the effects be? And also being, I mean, how effective that is, but also how. I mean, the way I saw the fight. Well, not just the fight itself, but just how Jones is. You can't say that his success is just because of the PEDs. I think what is more present is just the fact that how the UFC is willing to bend.
No, but the thing is the PEDs doesn't change how skillful he is. No. It doesn't change how tall he is.
No.
And how he, for me...
Which is the main thing.
He beats Alexander 9 times out of 10, and he had a clean, focused camp.
Yeah.
Skill-wise, I love John Jones. Personally, not really a big fan.
No.
Right? And, I mean, that opens the door for a whole lot of other conversations. But let's stay on track. So we had Khabib, Conor Fiasco... We have Amanda Nunes.
Dethroning
Cyborg. Was there anything? Oh,
we had Max Holloway.
Holloway. Smashed Ortega. DJ.
Yeah.
Moving
to 1FC. Well, we talked about that. We did Moneybags. Moneybags Mouse. Yeah. And then, speaking of which, 1FC now has a TV deal with TNT. So and they're showing their first card January 19th.
That's a goal. Yeah. That's a great business goal. Come in and penetrate the market here. Why does it have to be sexual innuendo with markets?
Just
make sweet love to the American market.
Just going in.
Be the side chick for the American fans.
Yeah.
1FC side chick may start coming up and being the main fucking squeeze of the American MMA fans, and we all hope that that's the case.
It's the side Asian chick.
Regardless of what you say, I've said a lot of things in the past, but one thing to think about is the culture of 1FC is vastly different than that of the UFC. But it's going to be the same American fan base, so we'll see how it plays out. And it's just kind of an interesting fuck you to...
I'm just glad that there's an alternative to that.
Right, well, because you have Bellator, 1FC.
Yeah. You have Bellator, right? I feel like Bellator is just the... it's like we're retired MMA fighter. Yeah. It's like the MMA, it's what MMA was 10 years ago.
Who is like...
Chael, Fedor. That's...
Chael. Who wants to... Frank Mir. Who really wants to... If you really want to go to the league for retirees or guys on their last legs, fucking Golden Boy Promotions.
Golden Boy Promotions.
Tito versus Chuck 4.
Tito versus Chuck 5.
Oh, no, because the last one was 4, wasn't it?
No. That was 3. It was that was 3 because they had fought twice before Chuck was over the hill.
Yeah. Oh, man, and what do we have coming into the new year? We have Anderson Silva.
Oh, against Israel Adesanya. Ooh. Gonna do.
I don't know how to feel about that fight. Maybe we can approach it. So
we'll talk about Israel Adesanya then. So
let's start there, and then I guess we can kind of work backwards.
Yeah.
He's a phenomenal striker. I guess a whole bunch of striking experience, but he's successfully transitioned to MMA. He just dealt with Derek Brunson.
Yes.
Who I thought Brunson maybe had a shot at.
Testing him. Yeah.
Out grappling him. I didn't think that he was going to catch Adesanya, but if I remember clearly in that fight, there wasn't virtually any shots landed by Brunson, and Adesanya just picked him apart with jabs, crosses, kicks.
He did go for takedown attempts. Brunson did, but
he couldn't get him.
Couldn't get him, yes.
Right. He was denied several times, and then Adesanya just picked him apart. Finished him with a knee, right?
No.
No. Wobbled him with the knee, and then dropped him with a jab.
Dropped him with a jab, right after a kick, if I remember correctly. Yeah. Yes.
So, I mean, his skill set's dynamic. He's good range, good reactions.
Striking selection.
Too. Yeah. He's good anywhere. Yeah. So, on the feet. Who has Anderson fought? Who's his last?
I can pull up Anderson's record right here. So, let's see. Anderson fought Derek Brunson. And in February, he won by decision, but it was
Anderson did?
Yeah, Anderson did, but it was a fight where not a lot happened, and the people thought that Anderson got away with just a close decision victory. Like, people had it really more for Brunson, but Brunson was just really tentative, and that fight was February of 2017. So, meanwhile, Adesanya and Brunson fought November 3rd.
Dude, it's just let's just be real for a second. It's set up so Anderson gets starched.
Yeah.
That's it. Yep. You're gonna have some.
It's an old lion versus the young lion, and he's gonna maul.
It's a really old lion. Yeah. Versus the young lion.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. And it's kind of cold how the UFC's running it on Anderson. They're like, "Hey, buddy, you beat this guy.
You get a title shot."
And then he'll get a title shot against who? Whitaker?
Yeah. And so let's just say he does win. He'll just go.
I love Anderson though, man. Just think about it. Like, he was one of the guys when I was coming up in the sport that I just watched, and it's it's just like Mendez retiring, right?
Yeah, Mendez. Yeah, Mendez.
So again,
retiring.
Mendez was anher guy I kind of looked to. I mean, people outside of my immediate training circle, obviously. Like, I'm watching whatever DJ did.
Yeah. But Mendez just retired. But with Mendez, I feel like. It was but he had his moments in that fight.
He dropped him.
Yeah, dropped him, wobbled him.
Got some takedowns.
I
was surprised he couldn't hold Volkanovski down.
No, but I feel like his grappling in terms of control has never really been that great. Like,
he's beat you up on the feet, take you down, get the points.
And has never been about grappling control. I mean, the only guys he held down were Condor and Connor's takedowns and grappling.
I'll let you sit in my guard, you little bitch. Here comes the elbow.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, it's $100 bill fell out of me jocks. $100 bill fell out of me jocks. Money bags.
Proper elbow. But so that's the way. And Mendez, I mean, I think at least I appreciate him realizing, maybe he gave it a good shot and then not wanting to hang on too long.
Because if you look at it, Volkanovski, I don't know age-wise, but
Volkanovski's only 30.
But he strikes me as the new guard. Just
Israel, in terms of skill-wise.
It's the new guard. It's these guys are the... it's not enough to just be that kind of well-rounded GSP anymore. You got to have, something else, and that's what Israel has with the pop in his striking and the youth and the athleticism that's still being maintained because of his age. And then
I feel like you bring a good point. I think what the biggest thing, the change of this new guard, I think, is the striking aspect.
For sure. Who's and maybe I'm missing some here, but who's the superior? Is there any superior grapplers that hold the belts right now in the UFC?
Let's see. Let's take a look. I guess Cejudo. Well, I guess if you look at Jones or Cormier, I guess they're still mainly. I mean,
but that's just they're good.
Wrestling.
Maybe Cormier, and then Dillashaw. Dillashaw.
No, but Dillashaw's just striker. No, that's it. Holloway striker. Habib.
No, that's a superior grappler.
Yeah, that's the superior grappler. I mean, Woodley did get a sub.
Woodley too.
Yeah.
Got the Dars.
Yeah. Let me think. So we got.
So I guess it's more of a mixed blend.
It's a mix, but I think what you have to be, but still the striking aspect is still is a lot has changed. I think the most since in the past, let's say 10 years or so. I think the striking aspect has really changed a lot. From there, in terms of advancement.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. So Anderson, Israel Adesanya should be a good one. It sucks, man. It's God, fucking. It's just I don't want to see Anderson lose anymore.
Yeah.
He had his time, you know, one of the greatest. It's just like, just go out.
But
this should be his last fight.
But it's still like, I mean, it should, like, Chuck Liddell should have had.
Dude, BJ Penn.
BJ Penn, yeah. BJ Penn also, but he also popped his own knee by jumping in the wrong direction for that heel hook. Yeah, but still though, it's, you know, we say that, but the old fighter still wants to fight, and then the young fighter wants to fight. Like, let's say you are a young fighter and you're fighting someone that you idolize, but, you know, would you, if you're in that person's shoes, like, I mean, how else can you look at Albert?
Kill your idols.
Exactly. That's how it goes.
Buddha on the road, kill him.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, and that's, I guess, amongst the other brutal elements, that's another one where you do whoop your idol's ass, really.
Yeah.
You know, and it's I guess I want to know more details, but it's the phenomenal thing would be if Anderson beats him just somehow,
and then retires on top.
No, gets the fucking title shot.
Okay,
and then beats Whitaker.
And then he's done.
No,
he'll be like, I can still go.
No, like
I want John Jones. Jones.
You don't want that fight. You don't want that fight. No one does. He somehow beat the system. We know he's a cheater. So, yeah. On to, like, Khabib. No, I guess I want to talk about Nunes.
Want to talk about Nunes? Okay. So Amanda Nunes dethroning Cyborg in very, you know, unpredictable fashion for sure. Like,
and I want to talk about what does that do for women's MMA? Is that
what does that do for women's?
Because Ronda, Pioneer,
yes,
Royce Gracie of the women's division, Cyborg was that
Cyborg? You can say pioneer
as well, but you look at Cyborg, and there was always this just mystique about, like, even I bought into it. I was like, "There's no way Nunes can beat her."
I thought so too. It's like, oh, too big, like better striker.
The kind of the Mike Tyson, Except she got KO'd in that kickboxing match. As far as MMA goes, she was like untouched. Right, didn't lose. Undefeated. And so Nunes comes in and beats her in this fashion. It's just another example that can be used to just create more fascination with the women's fighters. And this is why I say that, is because the way that Amanda was striking is just like, it's brutal, right? It's not like so much Holly Holm, what she did to Ronda Rousey was brutal, but like, it's just that the power's different. Because
the way she throws her strikes is different.
Right. Holly beat Ronda on angles. Which is very, you know.
It was a blind angle head kick for sure.
Angle. But you look at Amanda, and it's just like, that's.
I'm in your grill. I'm knocking you out.
I'm just gonna say that I feel like I still feel there may be some thoughts out there that women can't hit like that, and it's like, well.
False.
She hits a dude like that. It's not, depending on weight.
Honestly, man, I don't think I can hit somebody like that. I was like, No, but I just see, like, Amanda, just how her arms and her shoulders. I was like, oh damn.
She's like, I going to stand in the center and trade with her. We're like, yeah, right, Amanda. Oh shit. And like Cruz said, I love him as an analyst because he's right more than he's wrong. He said she's gonna need to be the hammer and the nail. And that's what happened in that fight. Is she ate some shots. And then just in brutal fashion, the technique on that overhand right is just like, I haven't seen someone throw an overhand right like that since like Chuck did against like Guy Mesger in the old pro.
I know. Against good old Guy Mesger.
Good old Guy Mesger.
Oh man.
Yeah, but Chuck was known to throw those slumpers like that. And so it's good to see it's good to see Amanda win.
But for sure, like the power and like, well, not just, I mean, because, you know, you can have power, but also the technique and the skill for sure is impressive, and just for anybody,
right? You know,
but to do it against arguably like who was a heavily favored opponent and someone that was said to be a better striker, or, you know, like,
I just mean specifically for MMA too, because we know there's female boxers out there that hit with some in brutal fashion. So
but how many though? Like I
know, usually it's just like a technique back and
only. I remember. I think her name was like Ann Wolf or something. She knocked out this like.
I know, and that's what I'm saying. How much fascination does that create? the striking's that dynamic.
And I was like, I just because it was just such a visceral because she knocked. You know which one to talk about, like the the 6 foot, yeah, with the cornrows, yeah, boom, yeah. It's like she just and just the way it's just something because the woman was just so tall.
Yeah,
it's just the way when tall people get knocked out, they fall like a building. They go in like slumps, like from there. Yeah, it's like when Stephen Drew gets knocked out.
It's like, hey, that bitch got cornrows. She's like, what? Cultural appropriating mother.
Yeah, and that's the thing. And then because I know Ann Wolfe became a boxing coach, and then did you know that? And did you know that? I think because I remember her in the corner for I forgot. I believe it was I forgot his first name, but I think it was a boxer. Like his last name was Kirkland, but she was just ruthless, like talking about like it was like in between, like you gotta go in there, you gotta take his like take his.
She's just like Customado.
Yeah. I was like, whoa.
I like that the women's division gets more attention.
But does it really though? Because I feel like Amanda Nunes. Think about
Oh yeah, you're right. Marketability.
Think about the marketability. First openly gay fighter to win a championship.
Right.
First women 2 division weight champ.
It depends on if the UFC is going to market her correctly. There's a lot of there's just a lot of promotion you could do with her, but the UFC never, I mean, they've shown, at least Dana has, where his political affiliations lie.
Make America great.
No, for real. So it's not, it's probably not going to be in the direction we would like to see, but yeah, hats off to her. It was a great showing. So backing up a little more, then we have Conor and Khabib in what?
Did we talk about? I don't think we talked about that. No.
Yeah, I don't think so. It's really big because of the hype.
It's really big because of the hype train, but also because of the amount of views. Like that's the most pay-per-view. Like that's the most pay-per-views.
Oh, it was?
So yeah, it was like I think I want to look at the numbers here.
Yeah, check it out.
Let's see, like UFC, Conor, Khabib. Let me look this up real quick. Yeah, so pay-per-view numbers. Yeah, UFC 229. Yeah, so it shatters the pay-per-view record. I believe it's something around the number of like 2.4 million.
Jesus.
Yeah. Million buys. Let's see. Yeah, and then yeah. So that's pretty insane. But then a large amount of eyes, of course, on the post-fight brawl as well.
Yeah, well, Conor's ability to market himself is it's really it's on the level of like an Ali, but not with the same social significance whatsoever.
Well,
in terms of
he's
right,
not,
there's no way.
It's not. It's not in terms of social protest,
right? Yeah. Or just like he doesn't carry that same weight, but in terms of just like bravado.
But it is important. It's like a social marker of where we are as a society, though.
Yeah, we've explored that before.
Yeah.
I find something interesting though about Conor's approach.
Okay.
And what I think led to the post-fight brawl.
Okay.
So we can isolate the bus situation.
Okay.
What's really,
by isolate you mean more like not considering.
We're not going to talk about.
Okay, so we're not going to talk about the bus situation.
Okay, that happened. Yeah. And that's not what. I mean, that was just I think a small marker on the conflict.
Okay.
What was greater, honestly, was the comments that Conor made about Dagestan, about Dagestanis, the remarks that he made about Khabib's father taking a photo with the Prime Minister of Chechnya, and how if he was a real man, he would have stabbed him right when he saw him, and then mentions like how Dagestanis speak Russian, and you saw the press conference where he's like, how come you don't speak your own language, and da-da-da. And like those and then mocking like Islam, and Colin Parks and me talked about this, and it's like those are, you can say what you want, I'm all for freedom of speech, but it's definitely a good example of like consequences for what you say, because Conor opening that door, criticizing the religion, talking about ethnic conflicts, which in Dagestan those carry the day, religion and those ethnic affiliations. So when you make a statement like that,
people literally live and die by those statements.
Exactly, and that's what Colin brought up. It's like they kill each other over that stuff, and so it was crazy because like mid fight, I don't know if you heard this, like
it was just a business or something like that.
It's just business.
Yeah.
Because Khabib's wailing on him with so much...
But it's not business.
But it's not. And then he wins, of course. Yeah. And then there's that big brawl afterwards where Khabib jumps into the crowd and almost drop kicks Drake. Yes! Drake's like, I'd do this for the other man. You're just like, nah, bro. So I just point that out to... they made millions, both those guys. But it's just like, what is too far? And, Conor made it out okay. He got swung on in the cage by that random dude who was fucked up. Yeah. But you have to, it's like, why did he feel like he needed to go there? And why was the UFC not reining him in when they have before with other people? Remember... Miguel Torres,
like when's about the
the joke there or
well it's
they rarely penalize.
I can just say that easily. Miguel Torres didn't make him that much money. That's why I think that's what it is at the end of the day. I mean, talking about money situation. Where if it wasn't John Jones that couldn't get licensed, they would just say, "Well, too bad. Looks like you're not fighting." But it is John Jones that can't get licensed. So, we gotta change the location of the fight card.
So it's how much you bring in.
Yeah, like if it was a prelim fighter who couldn't fight, then sucks for you, still fighting in Vegas. Oh, what's that, John? I guess we got it. We'll change.
Move the entire show.
Yeah, move an entire show.
Yeah, and I guess that's just the power of the individual, but
power of the individual, and then the power of of money and greed.
Yeah, money, greed, but also like how are they gonna? What athlete is going to be able to do that? But I don't know. I thought it went too far. I mean, it could have luckily, it's not like Conor is this. He is a bigger than life figure, but I mean, he's not going to be in any of the areas where he'll be really
with serious consequences for those actions.
Really held to account for what he said, and I don't know. It's just it sucks that that's a part of the whole deal, I guess. I don't know. What do you think about it? Like those personal comments and.
I mean, so I understand what he means when he says business. It's that's who his persona is. Mm-hmm. He's someone that's gonna go out there and insult people, and then also it's a part of, I guess, of his mental gymnastics that he tries to make people do. From there, trying to make Khabib angry, in terms of that. But I feel like there could still be serious consequences to this, down the road. I mean, it's still, that fight happened, in October, so, a few months. But still, so that's not, who knows? He
did it earlier with, remember when he was supposed to fight Dos Anjos? And he said he'll ride through the favela on horseback.
Yeah, on a horseback,
and kill every man, women, and children not fit to live. And you're just dog, you're really sounding like either a Spanish conquistador or just a European conqueror. And that's probably lost. Maybe it isn't lost on him, and that would be even more unsettling.
Oh, just no, I mean the grandiose statements like that. Yeah,
maybe it's not. If it is lost on him and he just has no idea, that's fine. But if it isn't, that's even more fucked up because that means you're intentional.
Could be. He could just be riding a huge ego trip, but. I feel especially when you're attacking, a religion like that, or not just a religion, but a group of people who take that religion extremely seriously. I mean, this can just, I think it's just another case of really biting off more than you can chew, from there, because that can have some serious consequences down the road, actual real life consequences. Think of all the extremist groups out there, so.
Well, we strike this weird balance between religion should be criticized, right? Yeah, we hold that freedom here in this country to be of the utmost importance. The ability to freedom of press, things like that. But I would just wonder if it was like in the NFL or NBA, and one of those athletes said something.
They're attacking religion like that.
Yeah, I feel like it's like fine. They fined Marshawn for not talking.
Yeah,
it's case by case. I know.
It's a case by case, and I mean, but I could definitely see that in terms, but in terms of marketability wise, for sure, that would definitely get.
Yeah, the UFC would never be like Conor McGregor's battle against Islam. Wait, what? I don't know though. I don't know.
It's him like ripping.
It's all this like
ripping up the Quran. Like, oh my god.
I'm like, where do you guys want to go with this?
Yeah.
Yeah. But there's something interesting about Khabib's his clicks response. It's like, I mean, that's just how tight those guys are,
His clicks response, like, what do you mean, the brawl?
Well, the brawl.
But I feel like that's I feel that's common though in terms of fight gyms. Like, I know if if I saw someone attack you, I'm like, well, guess we're fighting this man.
It is that.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess maybe
it's your grandma. I'm like, okay.
It's like that bitch touched me. DJ comes in with the chair. You're not studying that bitch. That's his grandmother. Jesus Christ. No, but you're right. There's always like camp conflicts. I guess there just should be something noted that it's like there's that real tribal.
It's a real tribal like warfare like mentality.
The Dagestani people, Mm-hmm. So that aside, it's like, where does Conor go? Who does he fight?
Who does he fight?
Who are his prospects? I've heard talks like Cowboy.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot. See that, yeah, right. But also, like, does he need to fight? From there, but.
No, he's made so much. Like,
he's made so much money. It's up to him. He's in like a kind of a unique scenario.
Right.
Like from there, where now that he's not a champion, but he's still the biggest, the biggest seller.
Champ money.
Yeah, exactly. Champion. It's just like the money weight money.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what it is. Yeah.
So another thing I just thought of is that's all I've really been thinking about.
Okay, but what else you thinking about?
Cejudo versus Dillashaw.
Who gives a fuck? That's really what I think. I'm like,
who gives a fuck?
No, like, who does? Like, I mean, they're headlining it on. I can pull up this card right here, but seriously, like. What so Henry Cejudo versus TJ Dillashaw. It's all, but honestly though, like this card, I mean, what it's making headlines because Greg Hardy is the co-main event on this. Are you familiar with who Greg Hardy is? So Greg Hardy is a former NFL player who had counts of domestic violence or alleged domestic violence. Hey Tim, we're just talking about the Greg Hardy card here.
Real classic.
I know! It is. Oh, so, anyway, Scott, so the reason this is significant, so Greg Hardy co-main event. Yeah. So he was never, I'm not exactly sure, but he was never actually convicted of domestic violence.
So.
Yeah. All right, Tim. Yeah.
All right, guest.
Yeah.
So.
Guest appearance by Tim Barry.
Yeah.
So the man was having a huge party at his house, got into an argument with his then girlfriend, dragged her by her hair into a room full of guns.
Greg Hardy is a man who's what 6'6", like
at least 6'6", 285 pounds, Jack, one of the best defensive ends in football at the time.
Yeah.
Threw her down and said, "Pick a gun, which I'm going to kill you with." And then his friends had to run in there and grab him and grab her and separate them. He got in a lot of trouble. Obviously, I believe. He was arrested. I want to say he was convicted. But then on appeals, or something like that, on appeals,
I think he got away.
All of a sudden, she won't testify.
Yeah.
And the charges got dropped. Because she backed out at the last minute.
Okay,
so he was convicted of it?
Yeah. So apparently, Greg Hardy was guilty on 2 counts of domestic violence. This is an article in 2014. Okay. And let's take a look right now.
But she ended up mysteriously not wanting to testify at something, so he ended up getting something got dropped.
She got some money.
Yeah.
No doubt.
Exactly. Yeah, so it was expunged from his record because she
on
refused.
Appeal?
No, because she didn't. Yeah. Let's see.
Because if he's convicted, that means that a jury determined that that's what he was guilty of based on.
Yeah, let's see. So he was. arrested.
Did he even go to trial?
Because he appealed the decision.
Yeah, he did go to trial.
Yeah, and he did go to trial.
Point being, then he came back to the NFL. No one wanted to touch him, and then the Dallas Cowboys signed him. He sucked.
Yeah,
and he was just an asshole trying to fight guys on his team. So they just got rid of him.
He's like that guy who's not getting any play at the club that just wants to fight everybody. Yeah.
And so now he decided to fight MMA.
Yeah.
And he's a super freak of an athlete.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
just stupid.
Yeah.
In what weight class is it? He's
heavyweight.
Oh, by a mile.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, so it's
lightning.
Yeah, exactly. So it's significant because also on this card is Paige Van Zandt versus Rachel Ostovich. So Rachel Ostovich, I believe, around Thanksgiving time, was attacked by her then husband. That forced her into the hospital. I think broke her orbital bone. Yeah. A woman who just had domestic violence happen to her, and they're on the same card. Yes.
Money. Well,
she's very attractive.
Yeah.
So her and Paige Van Zandt are fighting each other. Two very attractive women.
Yeah.
Paige Van
Zandt on ESPN. What's that?
Paige Van Zandt has a book out. I'm not gonna read it, but
and she has fake tits now too.
Yeah. It's that book money.
Doesn't she have some KOs on her record?
We can take a look at her record. I mean, probably.
The last time she fought, she broke her arm. She had surgery. It didn't work, and she had to have another surgery.
Oh yeah, she KO'd Beck Rawlings.
Head kick.
Yeah, by head
and
kick.
Then in between the surgery, she became a decap.
Yeah.
Not sure how that.
So happened. She got.
She moved up a weight. She moved up a weight class. What would you say?
She's like, well, my arm's fucked up, but you really want to know what I'm worried about? My tits.
Since I'm getting surgery for this,
Cyborg at 45.
Yeah. Well, since I'm getting surgery for, don't make her go up against Amanda Nunes. Might test that surgery.
Yeah, she did. She used to date Cody Garbrandt.
Cody Garbrandt. Yeah.
Talk about that makes me sad.
Paige Van Zandt.
Oh God, there's an Amanda Nunes. Yes.
Yeah.
Tell me about that.
Yeah. There's a video out there, Tim.
I want to hear about that.
There's a video out there.
Oh man, Garbrandt. Oh boy.
Yeah.
Man is.
I don't know, dude. It's just. How do you deal with that mentally? You just can't beat this guy.
Oh, the Garbrandt Dillashaw.
Yeah, you just like I'm saying like that. What does he go up to 45? He can't hang at 45.
I feel like it's funny because Garbrandt has now become the new Uriah Faber of the division. He's lost twice to the guy who's the champ.
Dude, everybody at Alpha Males except Dillashaw became the Uriah Faber. That sucks.
Yeah, no, because Mendez became that for 145, and then it's a shame.
Dillashaw Cejudo's for 25, right?
Allegedly.
For the 25 title?
I
hope Cejudo just starches him. She's like, now what are you going to do?
Yeah.
Still cut me? Fuck you.
Yeah.
Then rematch? What, rematch at 35 and Dillashaw's the champ?
Yeah.
After Cejudo beats him?
Yeah.
As DJ says, chaos.
Yeah.
When in doubt, I root for chaos.
Is that what he said?
When Romero
fought Whitaker.
Rockhold,
and
Rockhold, Romero missed weight.
No. It was when Romero fought Whitaker. And missed weight the second.
Won.
Yeah.
Whitaker is still the champ, but Romero beat him, and DJ goes chaos.
Yeah, I'm going for Romero.
No matter what.
Yeah.
Crazy.
So, it's nuts. But like, I'm curious how this whole ESPN deal is gonna work.
I mean, now it's for a while MMA hasn't existed on the periphery. It's just gonna be interesting where people are watching football, and then you have the brutality of MMA, just like.
But wait, brutality of MMA.
Yeah.
Like, talk about football, man.
Yeah, people aren't leaking out of their fucking skull though in the NFL. Like,
well, that you can see.
On a regular basis.
Oh man.
Constantly.
On a regular basis, someone just gashed, or their arms getting on a regular.
Where are the Seahawks game?
Alan Hearns' leg.
We'll show it.
Oh my God.
They showed it once.
Then maybe it just fits right in.
Yeah. It's
It's just different though, dude.
It is different.
It's different when that's from like a tackle versus someone just kicking you right in the face.
Well, see, the argument against those football is every play, all you're doing is ramming
into each other,
repeatedly. Boom, 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 boom.
I'm not saying I'm just saying it's going to be interesting to watch that.
Are you looking up that Hearns video?
No, I'm not. But like, what's this parked underneath the light? Is that just broken glass? But no. I saw that. I was like, damn. Yeah.
It's a different type of thing, though. I think.
What, the way the violence is packaged?
And anyway, I'm wrong because they did that with boxing too. So boxing's been on ESPN for a minute, right?
Yeah.
Watch that.
So, Scott is now looking at the Allen Hearns injury from the Seahawks-Cowboys game.
Watch it pop right when he lands on it.
There's a text from Jesse P. Carroll's a cut. He needs to go back, Coach.
Yeah. Wait, who is this?
Crazy Jesse.
Oh, Crazy Jesse, of course.
Hey, Crazy Jesse, shout out to you.
Shout out to you, Crazy Jesse.
So he's texting me right now. Update on Jesse Hampton.
Yeah.
He's at
Jesse,
the bar.
get on the podcast.
Yeah, what is that going to
He's
happen?
at the bar with the Seahawks kicker, Michael Dixon, the
punter. Wait, why is he at the bar with the punter?
He's not with him. He's just there.
Okay.
He's talking shit to him.
Oh, okay.
And he has 8 people. He just asked me what I'm doing.
Yeah.
So I think he wants me to come down there.
To the what bar? Well, I guess we can take this podcast on the road.
Wait, he's about to get in a bar fight?
Oh my god. Could you imagine how much
Jesse? Do you
at least
with your time to argue with?
Yeah, at least they're out of the season. Could you imagine how much heat Jesse could get if he knocked out the Seahawks kicker mid-season?
So I asked Jesse to worry. He's like, I'm at Dino's. This is about to be a cool story.
Oh no! Oh no!
Is he just getting shit-faced?
Yeah, and then. Oh, so Jesse just got knee surgery or surgery on his meniscus 2 weeks ago. Yeah, or less than 2 weeks ago. But speaking of potential guests, we got to get Jesse Hampton. If you're listening to this, I got Karos. Karos wants to be on, or I got Karos.
He said he'd be on.
Yeah, but he's free, only free on the week. His availability he gave me was Thursday or Friday, like during the day, like between 11 and 3. I don't know how your availability is like.
Because he's gonna be fucked up.
Yeah, because he'd be fucked up on the weekend, duh.
11 and 3 during the weekdays?
Yeah, during Thursday. Yeah.
Thursday, I could do that.
You can do that?
But dude, I get out of... No, it's going to fuck me up.
Because this is what I got from Karos. Yeah.
He said Friday is open, though.
Are you open Friday?
Does that mean...
Well, I imagine Karos starts drinking at 4.
No. Oh,
never mind.
Karos
is done by 4.
Morning practice.
Yeah, that's true.
So,
what's your? Yeah, we can talk later. But anyway, talking about other potential guests, I can get Joe Stafford on the podcast.
Joe who?
Joe from punching the ball over his head.
Oh yeah, bring him in.
Yeah, he's got. Well, he.
Let's go.
It's go. No, it's a go. It's he said be on, but next week or wait after the
Tim,
16th.
You can't say no. You're not a part of Pankration.
I pay rent at this guy.
In the house.
Yeah, well, we're not gonna have it at the house, duh.
We have to have Tim Barry on too, right?
Yeah, Tim is gonna do it like before his fight.
I said like before I said.
Are you matched?
Huh?
Are you matched?
No, I got fucked up.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
How'd you get fucked up?
Karos' knee.
Really?
I fell on it.
Yeah.
I took him down. He landed on his back, so his foot and ass. So it's like a fucking perfect triangle, and I impaled myself on his knee. Just because it's the end of the round. He's like, "Get takedown." Pull his legs out, buzzer. I go, "Oh, thank God!" I like relax on the way down, and just went and popped my rib.
Oh, you injured yourself.
Tore the cartilage in my ribs.
Damn. Sorry to hear.
You're like John Jones. You're like standing in your own way.
10 days before my fight.
Yeah. But speaking of his alleged opponent or his alleged opponent, yeah. You know his opponent
came into the rules meeting.
Yeah, came into the rules meeting, but did not show up. They couldn't find him
at some point between that and this fight.
Yeah.
Wait, so you were at a venue and this happened?
Well, it was Jay still fought and Gabe fought, so I went to go watch him fight.
Yeah.
And so the guy who I was supposed to fight got another opponent.
Oh.
And then he came to the rules meeting, I guess, and then his other opponent walked out for the fight, and then they're like, oh, blah, blah, blah. Played his music, and he was a no-show.
See, that's what I'm gonna try to do. I'm gonna try to take a fight and then not train, and then not show up. And just be like, life is absurd and meaningless.
What?
To the guy who prepared, I'm like, life is absurd and meaningless.
You just send out a guy with a piece of paper. Scott's not here, he told me to read this.
Yes! And I'll give him a bottle of scotch. He'll be like, let's talk about the philosophical concept of absurdity.
I laugh at that.
Sisyphus.
The messenger just gets punched in the face by the Wisconsin opponent.
He's like, "Where's McDonald?"
Yeah. Where is he? Where is he?
I told Pachola if I get matched with that guy again, he's just gonna stay under his armpit and just stay right here. He's like, "Go to the bathroom." He's like, "Cool, me too." Oh, you're going to that stall? Me too, man.
Yeah.
I'll be right here with you.
Yeah.
At all times.
Yeah. Yeah, but now he's matched up for 2 fights.
Yeah.
In
Back-to-back
2 consecutive
weekends.
weeks. Yeah.
For what? This month?
Yeah, no, February 9th and February 16th. Yeah.
Okay, and they're what promotions?
Different. Yeah.
One.
Are you just matched for the second or both of them for like fail safe? Like if one doesn't go through.
Wait, what? No. What?
No. We're not talking about Tim. We're talking about Tim's guy who didn't show up.
I thought it was Tim.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I haven't even started training yet.
No, okay.
Yeah.
I was like, you crazy son of a bitch! You just told me you had an injury.
Yeah. I mean, I was back in the gym.
See, I didn't tell you no. I was like, you're gonna find out. Well, it's like the fight with an injury.
Yeah.
I'm sure you played sports with injuries.
I broke my foot
fun.
in 3 places, had to tape it up, and I went back in.
What's the worst injury you fought?
I took a step and I got flipped.
I fought with broken hand, but then this was crazy. Maybe I think Matt remembers this. I had this bruise on my right shin, and all this blood had like coagulated.
So they had like a hematoma on your shin.
Yeah, and
I got a golf ball.
Yep, and I could barely walk. And like the week before the fight, Matt just massaged it, and I was crying and sweating because it hurt so bad. And then
you got to rub it out.
Yeah,
get the blood out of there.
Yeah, but it didn't help. It was still awful. I get it. It was for my first title fight, and I get in the cage, and beforehand, Steve Skids was like, "Scott, just don't throw right kicks, and if you're gonna throw one, just do push kicks." And I come out beginning of the round. What do I do? Right body kick, and I don't feel it because the adrenaline.
Yeah,
it was awful, dude, and then it really hurt afterwards. Broken hand sucked too. Pro debut fought with a broken hand.
Yeah,
I broke mine boxing. Jake, that mad dog.
I broke mine just being shit-faced, and I woke up the next morning and went, "Oh no, what happened?"
Oh my god! So you don't even remember.
And then I walked downstairs, and my dad goes, "Hey, you break your hand?" I was like, "What? Who told you?" My girlfriend called, thought it was me, but it was my dad. Goes, "Hey, how's your hand doing?" Like I was gonna hide it from my dad, but I'm like,
"Yeah,
no." That's what my dad said. He'll no longer pay for injuries.
Oh, okay.
That was the day.
That's well.
Did you learn anything, Tim?
I haven't broken anything since.
Good.
Yeah. My dad's not paying for it.
Oh, what?
Oh, what? I gotta be careful now.
That's it, man.
But yeah. Well, also, I told Pat. Well, I guess I said Pat Runez. Pat, you want to be on the? Or I said, Pat, I want you on the podcast, and then Pat did not respond. Or Pat did. No, so Pat got question mark, and then. Come on, Pat. You know you want to.
You're going to listen to this one. This episode's going to be called Message to Pat.
Yeah, Message to Pat Runez.
The whole shit until right now.
Yeah.
You got to get Pat the way you got Carol's. If he's the way that he was at Matt Hume's fucking Christmas party, just put some booze out. Pat's going to show up. Pat's going to get it.
Yeah, man. He was just like... He had a hilarious story of the get-together. He's like, yeah, man, I was at this... It's like I was at this bar and this guy, he's just talking shit to me because I'm the little guy. Yeah. I'm the little guy, and I didn't really know what to say to him, so I was like, "Do you want to do something?" I was like, all the responses you could muster. And here's the crazy thing about Pat: he will fuck you up.
He will fuck you up.
Division I wrestler, former world champion, survived the onslaught of Dotson.
Yeah.
If you're a big guy and you don't know what the fuck you're doing,
oh man, Pat,
that's a problem.
Yeah.
That's a long night.
I rolled with him. He's like, "You want to roll?" And they're like, "We're just warming up." He's like, "All right, yeah, we can pick it up." I'm like, "Okay." And again, he did nothing. Like he just kind of just laid there and hung out. I was like, "What are you doing?" Like, fuck you. Like, I know you're playing something.
Yeah.
Like, I know you're a fucking instructor. Like, don't sit here and play coy with me. I know you're just, because I was just real conservative.
Yeah, you're smart.
Real tight. Just like, he's just waiting for something. He's going to wrench on
because
something.
right when you try to pass, that dude's going to sweep you, and then he's in mount, and then it's just not fun. And then, oh, wait, he has the triangle now? Yeah. What's happening?
I love Pat's responses. You want to do something?
Out of all the responses.
Really let's get weird.
Bump up that bandwidth.
Oh. Yeah, man.
He needs to go hang out with Jesse right now.
Right? Oh, see, there we go.
Dude, that kicker's an Aussie, man. You know those guys throw down.
Oh, yeah, Michael Dixon.
From Australia.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, mate, you never kick football in your life.
Oh, yeah, fighting around the world. Speaking of which, Joel Ridzak in Australia.
Yeah, shout out to Joel in Australia.
Yeah.
think if he kicks Jesse in the leg, Jesse could die.
Oh yeah, especially in his like surgically repaired knee.
How fresh is he out of surgery?
Like a week and a half.
Less than that.
Yeah.
It has to
Yeah.
So he hasn't been able to train?
He said he's back training. He's rolling with his now fiance. Congratulations.
Yeah, congratulations.
He's making her roll with him at his house.
Oh my god.
That's why you call him Crazy Jesse, because he can't chill.
No.
He's just bored. He's bored, and that's why he's trying to get into a fight, because he's just bored right now.
Well, I mean, Jesse was in combat. Like, the ridiculous kind
No,
of
I know.
combat.
I mean, that's what I mean. I didn't want to go there, Pocholo, but I'm just saying he's probably operated from that space for a long time.
Yes.
I'm not trying to psychoanalyze him. Let's just
I'm
stop.
not trying to analyze him, but it's pretty obvious that he's crazy.
He's crazy. He wakes up, worked out, went to Ivan's, rolled at lunch, comes to AMC, works out, then went home and ran 10 miles. I go, what?
Like, why?
I haven't run 10 miles this year. Actually, 2018. I haven't run 10 miles combined.
Yeah.
Probably.
He's just TTG, bro. He's TTG. That's what the military will do to you.
Fuck does that mean?
Yeah,
Train to go.
Oh, train to go. I was like,
Train to
TTG
go.
is like...
All the time.
Don't throw letters at me.
Yeah, it's an acronym, Tim. You can handle that. Fucking acronym.
Acronyms.
You just sat here and analyzing all sorts of shit. You can't do an acronym?
Right.
No.
So, yep. So that's... I mean, that's what's upcoming here for Pankration Philosophy. We got Karos Fodor,
That's
Pat Runez, Joe Stafford.
Wait, I
telling
like
his story.
how confident you are. Like, we don't know if Pat's gonna
Pat! We know you can. We know.
tag him in this episode.
No, I'm sending. As soon as this is out, I'm sending him this episode. Yeah.
Upon Scott's request.
Yeah.
You wanted me to tag
Scott,
him.
do it for Scotty Mac.
Yeah, come
Pat.
here.
I'll just tell him, take him to the bar.
Yeah.
Just drive me in.
Can we take
I'll
this
take
shit
the mic
to the bar?
Yeah,
This is attached to my computer.
I'm
Yes.
sober living. I'll just take orange juice or some shit over here. So
You're sober living?
yes, maybe that's another whole other podcast.
Don't fucking say shit like that.
It's true.
No, man, it could be true, but it upsets me, so don't say things like that.
Why? Because I don't drink?
Yeah.
Why does that upset you? That's
Because we can't be friends.
sorry. Bye. Bye, Tim.
Look how devastated he was by that.
Bye, Tim.
We already voted you out of the whites.
Dude, that's
Now
okay.
you're out of my top 5.
Dude, I'm out of the whites and the alcoholics.
Yeah. Well,
no, I am alcoholic.
Speaking of competitions, though, we do have. There's the competition between Kensei Sato and Vicious Vincent Lee.
Wait, what competition?
Oh, did you not? Did you not?
Ryan
Kim came
Ryan
in.
didn't vote.
Yeah.
Ryan Kim.
Yeah.
This is democracy. Anything's
Yeah.
possible.
Yeah.
Oh no, is
Yeah.
it going down one of your guys' shitty little plans?
What shitty little plans?
I
No,
don't
the
know.
poll was on the group chat. You could have seen it, Scott.
What poll?
Yeah, the
Who's
poll.
gonna get laid
Who's gonna get laid first in 2019?
God,
Is it gonna be
that's
Kensei Sato or Vincent Lee?
Or Ryan Kim.
Ryan
or
Kim, the write-in vote, or
me dying of old age.
yeah,
I'm going to die of old age.
yeah,
What?
Before they get laid.
Oh, okay, got it.
yeah.
I was like, wow, because old age is really relative. I was like, are you gonna just die right? Like in the next couple of weeks?
Dude, I got a lot of time if it's based on if I die first or they get laid.
Okay, yeah.
Oh yeah,
I probably got another 20 years.
yeah. Okay. It's been a real dry spell.
Yeah, it should be if Tim dies of natural causes. That should be it.
What's natural though? Yeah.
Can't take it anymore.
You just couldn't take it.
Can't take it. Just declining.
Yeah.
Well, this turned from an MMA podcast to a bro podcast.
Yeah, it's a bro.
Yeah, 'cause you came in here.
Yeah.
We need a screen.
Just
He's hitting me now.
We're broing for life. Well, yeah, Brian Kim, the write-in vote.
Can we have Ryan on?
Oh no, definitely. We should have Ryan and Jason.
Yeah, Ryan.
Can you put subtitles on a podcast?
No, because Jason can translate for Ryan.
See, that's awesome. I'll totally do that.
Yeah, that's right. Jason and Ryan Kim, we need you on this
Put them
podcast.
on the list.
It's gonna be a
What is
big
there?
hit.
You need to get a Jason just for Ryan, a
Yeah,
Ryan Kim, a Karos, and a Pat
all together at the bar.
drinking podcast.
No, that's too big.
with you. Post fight. That should be your
Everyone
podcast.
With Tim walking in intermittently.
Everyone just wasted.
Oh. Meanwhile,
can have
Scott and I, they're sober living.
Sober living, that's right. Coach O was sober living too, right?
Oh.
He's not sober living. He just doesn't drink. There's a difference. You're a quitter. The man never started yet, so he's not a quitter.
Yeah, I quit, man.
Oh.
Glad. Sometimes you gotta know when to quit.
You know what? I'm going to work right now, so I can come home and get shit-faced.
Yeah.
Okay. Because that's how an adult plans to
Yeah.
You're welcome.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Actually, I just got to go check some stairs, and then we got 2 bottles of vodka here, Scott. Let's get you off that tree.
Yeah, that'd be great.
2019. But yeah, no, 2019. So many exciting things coming up. The Kim and Kim podcast with Jason and Ryan Kim.
Oh my God.
That'd be great.
I'll sit in on that.
They're like they're a ready-made podcast or comedy duo.
How did So Jason's from Korea as well, right?
Yeah, but I think he went to high school like here because his English is pretty good.
Yeah, and then Ryan's straight. How long has Ryan lived here?
Ryan has lived here, I think, since he was 19.
It'd just be interesting to have the translation and talk to him about the significance of martial arts culturally.
Yeah, culturally for Korea or for being from Korea.
Because I know he fucks around a lot, but I'm sure there's a lot of depth there.
Sorry.
Yes, Tim.
Breaking news incoming message from Jesse.
Okay, of course. Jesse Hampton.
He goes, stop by, have a drink. So I'm going to have a drink with Jesse.
Okay, and
Dino's. They're acting like they can't hear me. He goes, right now I'm drawing a diagram on how to kick an onside kick. Inform you, the guy kicked an onside kick yesterday, which has about a 3% chance of actually working. Mm-hmm. With the new rules, I guarantee you it's 0.
So Jesse's heckling the kicker from the Seattle Seahawks.
Correct. Well, what happened was Janikowski was hamstring or something?
Yeah, he tore like a quad or a hammy on the kick, the actual kicker. So this guy's the punter. But he has an onside kick, and like I said, a 4% chance. It didn't work. So it's not supposed to. But now Jesse's hand drawing him.
Jesse thinks he can do better?
No, he's just hand drawing him a diagram of how to kick it.
So this is, and the guy's like, "Can you just get off my lap right now?"
Probably drinking a Foster's.
Yeah.
Oh, crazy Jesse. Let's see. Oh, I'm gonna bring on Ender. I should bring on
Ender and his dad.
I was gonna say Ender.
Yeah. Endo is he Endo?
Yeah, his dad's name is Endo. I was gonna say Ender and Joe.
Yeah, I don't like how that would balance.
Joe Staff.
Maybe Endo and Ender.
Endo and Ender.
Dang, so is this microphone replaced Ender?
What's that? Yeah, this microphone has replaced Ender.
Dang.
Yeah. No, but hey, replace him and now whatever. He can be a guest now. So
all right,
whatever.
I'll send you an update from
Dino's.
From
Yes.
Where is Dino's?
Is it?
I think
is that a part?
Right on 405. Right?
Is that 405?
Yeah.
Okay.
Actually, hold on. He fucking moved.
Yeah, because isn't he in live in Newcastle? I think Dino's is in. That sounds like in Renton or something.
That's okay. I'm going to Renton for work.
Okay. Bring.
Side note, Scott, completely different thing. My boss informed me because I work in Renton and Tuckwell at night that I can carry a gun if I want. I informed him why. I'm just going to shoot myself with said gun.
Yeah.
As Pocholo, a former cop, said, good, now you just brought a gun into a fight.
Yeah. Exactly.
Good.
Yeah. To every fight.
Yeah. Tim will cheddar bob himself. That's going to happen.
Absolutely.
You guys want to fuck with me? Fuck with me, yeah. It's like, we're just sitting here smoking a cigarette.
You
criminals!
Yeah.
He's like, you criminals? Like, we're just going to hang out. Pow! Right in the dick.
Oh, man, when I'm on this podcast, I guess I am. I'll tell you some of the horror stories of just seeing some weird shit down in Tuckwell at night.
Maybe we can just...
Like bus stop, girls on guys' laps, just going down on them. One of them put up an umbrella because I just went to work. He opened an umbrella to block the bus stop so I couldn't see it. I'm like, dude, I don't clean the bus stop. I don't care what you're doing.
Yeah. Maybe we can just call it a weird podcast with Tim, and we'll get a bunch of
because we don't have any podcasts that are weird.
Well, no. So Karos and I were joking about writing a book about stupid shit we've done. Mm-hmm. Just bring us on the podcast, get us drunk, we'll tell you.
The philosophy of stupid shit.
Yeah.
Hey, we're both still alive, so whatever.
Yeah. Not for long, Tim. No joking, I'm joking. I wish you well in this new year, my friend. Health, wealth, and prosperity.
Well, he's trying to win. He's trying to win that poll. Tim.
Yeah.
Tim died of old age.
Can we put money on this so I can make sure you're going to regular checkups and making sure you're
healthy?
Wait, putting money on what?
For my fight?
Yeah.
I'm apparently alive. Like, I'm not dying.
Yeah.
But how's your soul, Tim?
How's your soul? Is this what this podcast has become to? Oh, man.
No, don't.
We're going to take
we don't have to get existential.
Yeah, some chicken soup for the fighter's soul. Is this what this podcast could become?
Yeah. And there's just I knew that would get him out of here. Inside of this athletic behemoth
Yeah.
is a man who just wants to be hugged.
Yeah.
He just wants a hug.
Well,
I think Herbie Big Spoon. I'm Small Spoon every time.
That's right.
Yep. That's a real big small
and
spoon.
That was our unexpected guest.
Unexpected guest.
No, he's always expected.
Yeah. Living in this house. But
yeah, ESPN. My analysis was off. Sports in general are violent, so it won't be. But you get what I was trying to describe. It's like tackle, someone golfing, and the sequence of like, whoa, let's check in.
Yeah.
And they've been doing it, so
but
it's just interesting to me how MMA
how it's
fits
becoming
in.
more normalized.
Yeah, and I'm not sitting here saying it's a good or a
It's
bad
just
thing
what's
in terms
happening.
of ESPN.
Yeah,
because it's too big of a conversation to talk about violence and
Yeah.
what's permissible, what's not, what is productive, what is But it's just be interesting to see it now with more focus on the platform. Yeah, people love it, man. People love I think more. It's less about. Maybe for some it's about the violence, but it's also just about the overcoming, right? That's why people love a good fight.
Yeah, it's about. I think it's like the stories,
Mm-hmm.
the fighters themselves. Yeah, the struggle.
Yeah.
The struggle.
Yeah, but those stories seem to become less and less, right? It's more about like, well, no, they.
I feel like the stories are there. I feel like it's not the forefront though.
Yeah, a lot of it's manufactured, right? Like the whole John Jones overcome.
But yeah,
it's like,
John Jones overcome himself. Yeah.
Right.
That's a very true statement.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, how are you, Scott?
I'm good.
We haven't talked. I mean, we talked about fights, but how's how are you feeling health wise?
Health wise, that's a good question. I'm good, man. I plan to get back into the gym this year. It's been a lot of stress, just finding a new job. Getting car situation. Seems to be the eternal struggle.
Your ever evolving car scenario.
A vehicle to operate properly.
Yeah. You're like Charlie Brown, and owning a car is the football for you.
Yep, every time.
Yeah.
It's not owning a car. It's owning a car that works.
That's right.
This car works? No, it doesn't.
That's right. It's not the car.
And part of it is me just not maintaining it, and the other part is just buying clunker after clunker when you're in a certain economic space. It's just what it is, but I don't stress about it as much. My new job's pretty gnarly. Maybe that's another podcast, but obviously I can't share too much, but it's I'm a para-educator at a middle school, and I work with kids with autism, ADHD, anxiety, and sometimes all of it combined, ODD, oppositional defiance disorder, and some kids don't have really good home life, some do, and it's just tons of stories that are funny, but then when you think about it, it's rough, man, because you really hope these kids can adjust and do something meaningful in society, but in most cases they're on a long road of just struggle, and but the cool thing is there are exceptional cases, so you don't give up on an 11-year-old, 12-year-old, 13-year-old. You just hope that what you're teaching them in terms of habits and mindfulness and harmony, trying to teach them to be in harmony with their environment. You hope that pays off, but
I think that's just how life works. I feel like then it becomes, because if everything was a success story, then it wouldn't be that remarkable from there.
Right, and you think when you think about when you isolate the conditions. And you look at how difficult it is for these kids to get along. And mainly what we're talking about is social functioning.
Yes.
We're not talking about... Some kids are impaired with like ADHD where they can't do a task for any longer than like 10 minutes. And it's like, damn, you're really going to have a hard time. And that's in any place because things take focus to get done. So, but when you look at them, it's like... Yeah, it's rough, dude. It's rough. It seems like in some cases... The odds are stacked against them. But the cool thing about the job, though, is when these kids do anything in the positive direction, you're just so excited. Like, little shit. It's like, oh, he wanted to go to class today. Fuck yeah. You're just like, yeah.
No, but the little stuff is made more significant because of the circumstances that they're in.
So, yeah, I mean, and that honestly doesn't take... I mean, that takes a lot of my day, but it's not what's what is on the forefront of my mind. Law school,
Mm-hmm.
filling out those applications. I'm really wanting to get back involved in fighting. Martial arts.
In fighting. I was like, fighting the law. Yeah. No, not like, yeah, in martial arts. Okay.
Yeah, man. Because I think you asked about health. I think that's probably the missing portion of my just lifestyle right now. Because man, you know me. I do high octane shit, bro. I'm in there. I seem to always be in the trenches.
Fast and furious. That's the way. That's the way Scott likes his life.
Why would you do this job, man? It's like, you know why? Because not everyone can fucking do it. That's why I do shit.
Yeah, this job is too easy. That's why I set myself on fire. That's the way Scott lives his life.
Man, this oh, what, you want a headset?
Yeah.
Too bad.
When I think about you Scott, I just think about there's this meme from The Office where Steve Carell, his character goes, I'm going to make this difficult. I'm going to make this way more difficult than it needs to
be. That might be true. Yeah. That might be true.
But I think that's the thing. You're just a person, you thrive in that difficult environment.
The challenge.
Yeah. But that's what allures you about it.
It does.
Yeah.
The difficult concepts, different things that don't have easy answers, things that take a lot of work.
Yeah.
But yeah, man.
It is high octane stuff, yeah.
Well, dude, you just be sitting there sometimes and like kid will just kid gets into a disagreement with you and here comes the chair. It's flying now.
Oh no!
I told one kid.
Yeah.
Because he was just so hard on himself. He was like, I'm just not good at anything. Da da da. And he's one of the kids who he'll throw things sometimes when he's frustrated. I said, because first of all, that's not true. It's just not true. He just has struggles.
Yeah.
With time, hopefully, he'll get it. And he's good with reading comprehension. If a subject interests him, he'll tell you all about it. So it's just an issue of like task completion and doing the things you don't want to do. But this is what I told him. He's like, I don't understand it. Things. He's like, I'm just not good at anything. And I tried to make him laugh. I was like, you do have a firm understanding of the laws of gravity. Because he throws stuff. I was like, you understand that if this goes in the air, it's going to hit the ground. It's going to make an impact.
I wonder if he's picking up what you're throwing.
And he just looked at me and he was like, oh, it's just things like that, dude. Yeah, you got to, for me, my philosophy's always been, put yourself in other people's shoes and get close to it.
Yeah, well, the power perspective is really key.
Power perspective and power proximity.
Yeah.
Get close to it. Don't just sit here and theorize about it and, get close to it and see for yourself. Be amongst people that are caught in that. And obviously you got to take care of yourself. You don't always be around the struggle, but that's how you effectuate change, man. But yeah, dude, I'm chilling, bro. How about you?
Doing well. Just just training, fighting, trying to get this podcast. No, I don't have a fight yet, but just been trying to get ready for one. But we got a lot of things to work on, like so.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Any news on anybody else, like James or those guys? Or?
No, nothing for James. Because I know the next Axe card is March 23rd, and DJ's fighting in one like March 30th or something.
Oh, he is?
Yeah. So
against who? Do they know yet?
Some Japanese guy. It's in Tokyo.
Slaughter. It's gonna be a slaughter.
Yeah, and then nothing yet. Nothing from anyone yet, but hopefully something.
So is DJ back in camp, or is he in camp right now?
Not yet, but he was sparring yesterday.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
How's he looking? Still just
good.
Savage.
Yeah, savage. He's like,
who's in the gym right now?
Matt was there yesterday.
Matt.
James was there. Vicious Vincent. Ender was there. MMA sparring. Yeah. And then Killer Kensei.
Dude, Ryan says he can beat me up now.
Ryan was there. Yeah, I can. Yeah, that's the first thing he said when he saw you. Oh,
I beat you now.
Yeah. Oh man, but see, that's right, Ryan, and that's why we want you on this podcast. Yeah, your story needs to be known.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just like the dynamic too between him and Jason. But he's like Ryan's already up there. Meanwhile, he's like,
Jason's quiet, reserved.
Yeah. So
dude, I don't know if I should ask about this on the podcast because it's like made public.
But yeah,
I'll ask you after.
Yeah, ask me afterwards. Okay. Just text it to me.
Yeah, text you right now. You'd be like, yeah, I don't know about bleep bleep.
I don't know. Okay. And then, but no, feeling good. Saw a bunch of movies during the break. Did you see Spider-Man Spider-Verse?
No.
Oh man, good? Dude, you should. Man, I watched it like, oh, Scott would love this.
Really?
Yeah, man, it's really good. I really enjoyed it.
Good message.
Yeah, good message and just good concept. Like,
see, dude, and I love Spider-Man too.
Yeah, I know you really enjoy Spider-Man. Well, yeah, it's a it was way better than I thought it was gonna be. But I mean, I like superheroes and power comic books. Like anyway, but Spider-Man's always interesting superhero. Like for sure.
What I did see,
what did you see?
A while ago is Sorry to Bother You.
I saw that. Yeah, I saw that in theaters. We could talk about that. Well, okay. So when I remember I saw that movie during the summertime, I'm like, Scott needs to see this movie. But
it's like an absurdist. Realist.
It's both absurd and still very accurate. Yeah.
Well, so you have the main character's Cassius Green, and he's in the beginning of the film. He's in a very common position that a lot of people occupy in the lower middle income bracket, lower middle class. You know?
Yes.
Lives with his uncle. His uncle's a homeowner who's barely keeping up with the rent.
Yeah. Just that scene when you discover that it's like, Cash, when are you gonna get your own place?
No, yeah. Yeah, so that's going on, and it's just like he is locked into the wage struggle for wages, and so he there's so many good parts.
No, it's like
but the overall view of it is really deeply rooted in class struggle, and that capital and big business we see in our society. There's no limits to what they will go to turn a profit. This whole idea of socially conscious business organizations, I struggle to find a model that exists like that.
They just say myth. That to get advertisement.
It's an ideological argument, not really rooted in what happens for working class people.
It's a vegetarian line.
And so, you know what's really interesting is Cassius Green, when he encounters Danny Glover's character, and he's like, "Look, young blood, I'm gonna show you how to make this money."
Yeah.
And how does he end up completing the calls? He ends up having to change his voice, the structure of his voice, the cadence of his voice to sound white, which brings to life an interesting quote from Malcolm X, who says that racism and capitalism are interlocked, right? One, I don't know if you can say one can't exist without the other, but they certainly exist together, and they had, the most brutal form of capitalism was enslavement in the southern states and on plantation life, and how that labor was constructed, which was completely uncompensated, as we know. But it's interesting to see him go from this working class existence, becoming the whole prospect of becoming a power caller.
Yes.
As opposed to
power
caller. They don't say this, but I just right when they said power caller, I was like, it's like they gonna wash your balls. Remember when he gets in the elevator? I hope you didn't masturbate today because you need to be focused. She's just jogging him. So there's this whole Boots Riley.
I just like how that metaphor is of he's taking the elevator to the top floor,
the top
where the power colors are.
And what do they do? Because they all come into class consciousness, and they realize like, okay, we're getting screwed. We have this direct action. We're hanging up the phones. And then they pull him into the side room, and they're like, "Look, you're a power caller." And as he does go up the elevator, he then learns, and and that's what is interesting about it. He then learns what he's actually selling, which is making big business deals, weapons deals, like all sorts of things that run counter to like where he had been at before.
Yeah, and it's funny too, like just the proximity of like you were saying, like the proximity of where the class struggle is there. It's that I found this is really well done, like from there.
It is. And even they're driving, and he's happier in the beater car with his girlfriend who's a starving artist, and things are more real. Yeah. It's the real.
It is the real.
But not that what they're exposing him to isn't real. That's how those big power circles operate.
Yes, it is real, but it's like, if I remember correctly, but that scene when he's alone in his like now nice apartment, when he starts to realize like what he actually has, I think that's a pretty powerful scene.
And remember when he gets into it with his friend? Because if you remember early on in the scene, in the
film,
he's in the car and he's talking about like, well, he's like, man, aren't you guys sick of living like this? And and then his friend immediately responds, well, it's not really like that. And that's when you talk about class and you talk about the struggle to live in our society, a capitalist society, people have a wide variety of responses. Some people use the survivor bias where it's like, well, look who has made it. Yeah. And so they use those cases to justify the way things operate. The way it's called survivor's bias. Okay. But you leave out all the people who aren't making it. Yeah. In your analysis, and that's what's interesting is a lot of people go there, and the film tackled that, and then, of course, this is all spoiler. We should put spoiler.
Oh yeah, spoiler alert! If you will, also
we'll put that in the notes.
Yeah, we'll put the notes. Don't listen to this. Yeah.
But what's fascinating to me is it's like when he's taken into the upper echelons and he's rewarded for his talent, which there's talented people in our society who climb the ladder. Yeah. And then he gets to the fucking party. The party
is hysterical. Yeah, no, I was gonna say, I was like, oh man, yeah.
And you're like, and then for me, that challenged my consumption of hip hop as as media, and
No, but it's a very like I know the scene you're talking about, but it's like it's almost that is what. It's an extreme parody.
I'll give you an example
of what
referring to DJ when we were at Matt's party.
Yeah,
he called me out on something I had previously said, and he was fair. Because I told him
like what
not XX
Triple Extension or Takeshi 6ix9ine.
Takeshi 6ix9ine.
Because you wanted to beat him up in a previous podcast, as you stated.
I did. I told because I watched his videos.
Yeah,
this was before all the embezzlement stuff and the charges that he now faces. Which
I'm not that familiar, but okay.
We can look it up later. I mean, I just know that he's facing a lot of
he's facing like criminal charges. Okay.
I told DJ, I said, because this guy had brought together a whole bunch of people in New York. And I was like, okay, maybe this is a business venture. Maybe he's going to change a lot of people's conditions. And I was like, DJ, I think he's good for the community. And he remembered my words because I did say that. And then all this shit happened, and he's just like, "Oh yeah, Scott,
how did good you say he's good for the community?"
And so it just like the film did. Like, it challenges my idea of like, okay, by listening to certain forms of hip hop and art, am I just then by my consumption am I saying it's valid? Because if I look at what he was doing. I just thought it could have turned out one or two ways. Maybe he could have been a good thing, but it turned out like it always does that in most cases that he wasn't. And so, when Cassius Green says that over and over again, and you really think about it, you're like, well, it's whatever. It's how people want to portray that community in terms of the harder aspects of it, of inner city life, which is complex, but also carry with it certain modes of being, which is sometimes drugs, guns. I mean, I grew up around people who are locked into that too, but it's interesting, man, because it's like, is that all they want to? Is that the only way you want to view a particular person? And so it was really existential, is what I'm trying to say. Yeah. I know I got really deep there. I want to rein it in, but that's what it made me think about. Is it's like, why would I say that they're good for the community when there's, and I guess I sympathize with the fact like people are products of their environment in most cases, and so was Tekashi only doing what he knew? But I think he acted like an ass and put himself on blast. He made a choice to be all out there in the spotlight and then act like a fool, and he's suffering those consequences. So anyway,
but that's the thing. I mean, you can't be held like fully responsible for everything that a person does just because you supported something. Like,
I'm not saying. I'm not saying like, oh, I buy a CD, I'm responsible for his conduct.
You get it. You did it.
But there's a part of me that's like, and some people go, separate the art from the artist. I'm like,
well, but can you really though separate the art from the artist? Because if anything, the art that an artist produces is a extension of themselves. So,
dude, and fuck, and now we'll get here back to Sorry to Bother.
But back to that. What's
the name of the company? Worry Free. Worry Free. And then it's crazy because they are very similar to a giant company.
A giant corporation near us?
Amazon! Oh, no. Well, I mean, the UK recently published a study about the horrible conditions of the Amazon warehouses.
Yes.
And, like, people passing out in some locations of they're called... What are they called?
Like
Amazon...
like fulfillment things? There. Yeah. Like fulfillment centers?
Fulfillments, yes.
Yeah.
At the Amazon fulfillment centers in the UK, there was an extreme amount of 911 calls. Mm-hmm. And then you look at the labor conditions there, and you're just like, Jesus. Well, worry-free is really similar to that in terms of just raw exploitation.
Yes.
Another thing that's crazy, dude, because I'm remembering it now. Remember the scene when Cassius Green goes to his girl's, like, he meets her at her art studio?
Oh, the arts, yeah.
And he's just like, he can barely move. She's talking to him. He can't listen.
Yeah.
He's just like fatigued.
He's very out of it. Yeah.
And the thing is that's the capitalist logic there rings true. It's like work yourself to utter exhaustion. Either you're going to do that in terms of your aims and pursuits, or someone else is going to work you to that point. Mm-hmm. It's still acceptable. We don't really question labor. We don't question work, our worship of work and the work mentality. So I thought that was just a great scene too. And then again, there's the fucking horse.
Yeah. Well, what?
What did you think, bro? I'm talking. So what did you think about it?
Oh no, I think it was.
And what did you think about the horse thing too?
Oh, the horse thing. I think it's
What were they called? They're called hectares, or
yes, hectares. Yeah, because I think horses like. But anyway, like what I think it's while absurd the idea, but it's very true. Almost like the dehumanization of the workforce, like from there. And then back to the rap scene, I feel like, that's just, it's almost like a microcosm for how people appreciate music, because he gets a standing ovation after he does the freestyle rap. Yeah, they're like, yeah. And then, but it's just like the crazy CEO of the company. Oh man, let me tell you something. Like from there, just like, oh man, look, it's all. While ridiculous, it's like, I see. It's
magical realism. Yeah. So what it is it's taking
it's absurd, like realism from there.
Absurd realism. It's taking things that are like fantasy, and then inserting them in the everyday.
Yeah, because you can see the parallel. You can see the parallels. You have to be blind not to see the parallels of how that connects to like the world that we live in, like just the power caller, and then the protesting, and then well, speaking of his girlfriend's art show, like remember the art show of like what people would like insult her and then throw stuff like at
they were
her
throwing
body.
Like bullets at her.
Bullets at her. Yeah.
Or no, she had blood on there and blood on her, and then just throw. Yeah. And so this is what I get at, and this is me, I can be out there.
Okay.
There's a part in Sorry to Bother You that reminds me of MMA.
Oh, okay.
And how it's consumed. Okay. So remember when he gets on that show and like they throw shit. He's just covered in shit. Or
yes.
Like, it's like something.
It was kind of like it was like a messed up version of Ninja War. Oh yeah, they just beat him up.
They have someone on there and they're just whooping his ass, and it's all centered around like humiliation.
Yeah.
And for me, MMA is about so much, but it's interesting in terms of how it's become.
At the end of the day, it's a blood sport. Yeah.
Not just but it's like the humiliation aspect.
Yeah.
Oh man, that guy got knocked out. Oh man, that guy got his ass whooped. Or oh, this shit happened. It's the whole aspect of humiliation, which can be it's a commodity in media form too. So everything is. But I remember when I was watching that, and I was like, damn, that just... No, and it was like, I forget what it was called, but it was just like about people getting their ass whooped.
Yeah. No,
Dude, I did. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know. I remember that scene. I thought of... that's funny you said it, because I thought of MMA as, this is just like... This is what normal people think what MMA is.
Yeah, Sorry to Bother You, ass whipping, scene, game show.
What was that game show called? I got the shit kicked out of me. I was laughing. I was like, what was that called? Oh, yeah.
I got the shit kicked out of me.
Oh, because he did that to spread the video. Yeah.
He's like, fuck, I gotta go make a fool out of myself.
Yeah.
Right?
Equestrians.
Equestrians?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Worry-free stock reaches an all-time high.
Exactly.
Oh, God. Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Well, I mean, those are... It's always been a question, is there better ways to reorganize society? Is there more humane ways? And, you know, this film really talks about just our, you know, they call it the capitalist modernity. And, yeah, there's all sorts of side tangents I can go on that would relate to this. But it's like, there's a book by this author, Mark Fisher. He's a theorist. And
okay. Do you remember what the book title was? Or?
It's called Capitalist Realism.
Capitalist Realism? Okay.
And the opening quote of the book is, it's easier to imagine the end of the world than it is to imagine the end of capitalism. And it's interesting because that Sorry to Bother You film is really wrapped in, like, just, I think, it's not a complete reimagining of, like, the day-to-day. Well, no, it is. It's, like, the day-to-day and, like, hyper-realism. It's, like, well, yeah, the monotony, like how we feel at our jobs, the interactions that go on there. But it does give us, like, I think, a better observation of how things could be better. Because we have to use our imagination for that. Yeah. You don't want to stunt your imagination. You want to think, how can working be better?
Yeah.
How can
you want
society
to expand
be better?
Yeah.
You know, and yeah, that's what was interesting to me about that film is I don't know if it I think there was a solution at the end. It's like they protested, the company was exposed, and then he went back to his everyday.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But it showed that, you know, the revolution at times or protesting and all those things they aren't necessary. And things like that are going down. Yeah, man.
Equestrians.
That was the scariest fucking part. It was like when
he goes to the bathroom, like what the hell is about to go?
And it's like
yeah. Well, yeah, just the whole setting of it. I was like, what? And then I remember thinking, what the fuck?
Mm-hmm. I was like, what the fuck is this, dude?
Yeah.
When me and my girlfriend left the theater, a lot of people were like, what did we just watch?
I remember. Yeah, I was like, what?
Like the whole film, though, they were like, what did we just watch?
Yeah. No, I distinctly remember I watched that in the summertime, and then I think I watched like mid-afternoon or something. And when I walked out, it was like still sunny. I'm like, what is this world? what is this world I'm living in?
Right. Well, Boots Riley, man, he's an activist. He's a part of a rap group.
Okay.
And what are they called?
I can pull it up. Let's see. Boots Riley. He lead vocalist of The Coup and Street Sweeper Social Club. Yeah.
Yeah, he has some really interesting songs with The Coup. Like one of the songs is called "We Are Taking These," and it's about like taking materials and wealth from millionaires and distributing it to the hood.
Like Robin Hood kind of stuff.
No, exactly.
Yeah.
It's like, we are taking these, if you please. And the video just is like, talk about robbing the Rockefellers. It was so controversial at the time that they didn't want to play it on MTV.
On MTV? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They're like, well,
when MTV played music, that's how old it was.
yeah. Back in the day, man. But no, it was a great film. I enjoyed it. I'm trying to think of any other ones I watched recently. None that are coming to mind. Mm-hmm. Oh, I saw A Star Is Born.
Oh, I didn't see that. Yeah, with really Lady Gaga and I forget, Riley Cooper. Yeah, I heard
Riley Cooper sings in it. It's him.
I didn't know. Oh, really? I didn't know Riley Cooper could sing.
Bradley Cooper can sing. Dude. Yeah, it was great. Shit's deep. It's about, he was an alcoholic. Like,
oh, okay.
We can joke.
So.
Yep, he was an alcoholic.
And how did that like connect with you, or from there?
Because I've struggled in the same sort of way. Don't know if I want to talk about it all on the podcast, but it's a struggle. So it's revealed in that film. I didn't, there's a scene that breaks your fucking heart because he gets shit faced and like pisses himself at her award ceremony. And then he goes and like he gets into rehab and it shows him walking into an AA meeting, and that's when I dude, that's the part that got me. That made me just fucking that's the part that made me cry because you feel it, the humiliation and like I'm fucking up again. You know, that's the cycle of that addicted person. It's like doing that which you really don't want to do, but you're powerless over doing it, and then you just continue and continue and
continue. Like cycles, the cyclical.
And there's levels to it. Some people just embrace that, like, well, you know, I'm gonna just get tanked, and I'm not gonna deal with the shit that's going on in my world.
Yeah, and they're almost like imprisoned in their own lifestyle and their mind from there.
Exactly, and I can't. Addiction is an interesting thing to explore. I don't totally understand it myself, but. Yeah, no, it was a great film, and that's the reality of that story is that for some of us, it just, if you don't get the help, it's too much to bear. People don't survive addiction. It consumes them, you know. Not to get bleak there, it's real though. It's real shit.
No, it's true. Real. No, that's real. Like, but that's that's what happens. It really is a mental thing. Like, it's not just, the body depends on it, but then it's the mind that ends up getting corrupted. And
dude, there's this study too. Back on the societal tip, that I think Dr. Carl Hart did it, where they took a couple rats and then they got them addicted to cocaine, essentially.
Yes.
And they kept them in this particular environment.
It was called the John Jones experiment. But we continue. Yeah.
Bro, but we can talk. I feel him on that tip. It's hard. It's hard. He has that in him as well.
No, but he has that wild side, or that need to.
Yeah, that addiction. And so did Jordan.
Yeah.
But what happens in or what they realized in the study is, like, so they kept the rats in the same environment, a feeder of cocaine. They just kept using it, and what they did is and these rats essentially were in isolation, so there wasn't a big population. There was only a few.
Okay.
And what they did is, and I'm probably fucking it up, but they took those rats, and put them in a community of a bunch of other rats, and then they kept the cocaine there.
Okay.
Or they transitioned the cocaine in the feeder to the new environment.
Okay.
And the rats, because they were around so many other rats, and there was this community, they sometimes would go and use it, but not as much as they had been. When they were in isolation, they were using it over and over and over and over. And I'm sure if you look it up, you can look up the study, and you'll probably be like, oh, Scott, you missed this part. But that's the crux of it.
The crux of it, yeah.
Addiction does have a social basis, too. It's not just personal. It's like, how are we moving through society? What are we being offered in our collective existence? And also, it's like, do you feel comfortable expressing what you're going through with people? Because you fucking need to do that vulnerability, right? Like,
yeah.
You just sit here and you're like, it's just me and my problems. It's like, chances are, first of all, you're not special.
No, yeah.
That's what I realized. I'm not special. The struggles I have, other people have had and will continue to have as long as we exist. So.
Yeah. A quote that I always think of is a friend of mine told me that if you think about the more personal you think a problem is, the more universal that issue actually is. Like, from there, and I think that's very true. Like, from there, because people, it just shows that if you isolate yourself, you end up, like I said, you imprison yourself in your own mind and your own thoughts. Like, from there,
a lot of people in recovery, they're like, I don't have a drinking problem, I have a thinking problem.
But it's true. It's like, it's their thoughts that end up deteriorating their livelihood, like, from there. So,
yeah, and what I'm realizing, man, is for me, I need to grasp an entire new way of being, existing and relating to people, so that I can get beyond that which gets in my way, which is my thoughts, my thinking, like, you know.
Well, I think it leads to you realizing that you are more than just your thoughts, and I think. Another thing I recall was that, I believe it was like Eckhart Tolle or something, talked about in terms of mindfulness, like realizing that thoughts inevitably will just happen. Like, that's not you. That's how your mind works. Thoughts are just happen to have, will occur with spontaneity in your head. And that doesn't mean that necessarily is you. It may be a part of you, but it's not necessarily you, like, from there.
Exactly. Because it's the whole thing of, like, the Buddhists say, like, and I think this is premised on trying to avoid your issue. It's like, wherever you go, there you are.
Yes. And that's a good point about the issues. It's like understanding that, that a lot of people can look at it, that means that you yourself are the issue, but then you yourself are also the problem solver. Like
exactly, and it's like that's why even when you're close with people who may be struggling with the same stuff, it's like they can only guide you.
Exactly, you yourself
you have to,
is what's gonna get you out of there.
Ultimately, it's on you.
Yeah.
It's on you to take that responsibility and do the real hard work. It's like, I think about this all the time in the journey I'm on right now, and I'm like, a lot of people go their whole life and they don't really look at one, how their behavior impacts other people,
like how they influence other people, like what their actual
what you do has an impact. That's the power of human relations.
Has impact on everybody
whether positive or negative.
Yeah.
And I'm not a fan of the whole binary of positive and negative thinking. I think sometimes thoughts can exist like in between. Like,
it doesn't.
We want to be critical, but also you want to be optimistic. That's my balance.
Okay.
I can it's pessimism of the intellect, optimism of the will. Antonio Gramsci quote right there. You can look him up. But but anyway, that's where I try to strike the balance. Try to strike the balance somewhere there, and I realize more and more like, my fucking behavior, I'm responsible for it.
No, but I think accountability is a big thing. Like in realizing, I feel you take by being. I look at that too, like by being accountable or holding yourself accountable, you take that power like from there, because I feel that the people who feel they are most powerless are the ones who think that stuff is out of their control or that they can't do anything to change it. While in reality, they are way more powerful than they think they are.
Well, dude, I used the analogy today. Like we were talking, me and some friends were talking about how sober living like works, and so it's like, well, you want to do acts of service. You want to always be of service to another person that struggles or doing something where you're out of your head. You're just being, you're there for people, right? And obviously you want to have good boundaries around that, but acts of service rule supreme, and like people know I'm a fighter, so when they meet me, they see my ears, and they usually draw metaphors based around fighting, and they're like, well, you did martial arts, how'd you get good at martial arts? Because the same effort you put into martial arts, you can put into this. And it's interesting because this was the analogy I said. I was like, there's no grand master out there who just trained by himself and is able to compete in MMA. Like, you would need other people. That's how you get good, is through, it's your effort, but it's also other people. You can't just exist out there by yourself doing all these katas and techniques and expect it to be effective. You need to train, rehearse, drill with another human.
No, exactly. And I think that interaction is what compounds that effort, like from there. But back on the task of like helping people, and I feel like that's, while is a very important task, but I feel it can, sometimes people can get I guess discouraged by like trying to help people, and they get when they feel like the people can't, or when people don't get better. But I think at the end of the day, like you mentioned a great thing, like you can only guide somebody, right, to help. Like it's up to them to help themselves. Exactly. And I think that's how you gotta look at it. Like from there is that you can really only do so much to help somebody. Like at the end of the day, that individual is ultimately the biggest helper or the biggest detractor in terms of their own life. And
you don't what you don't want to do is diminish. You don't want to let frustration diminish the practice of helping others.
Exactly. Like just because that doesn't say anything about you, and that doesn't mean that you should stop helping people. It doesn't necessarily even mean you should stop helping that person in general.
Right.
But like you should stop. I think it's taking the focus away, that you shouldn't look at, I guess, the goal or something, or the goal of them getting better. I think it should just be like the effort, like you're putting in effort, and that's just I mean, if that effort doesn't necessarily go the way that you want it to, that's not a loss.
No, not at all. There. Right. Because you can't look at it in terms of being a gain or a loss.
Yes, because it's that binary nature of positive, negative.
Yeah, you're just like, it just is, and here I am.
It is.
And knowing your limits is the key, right? Let's check something real quick. Sorry, bro.
Nope, no problem. Boots Riley.
Yeah, bro.
Page 12 gauge.
We are taking the... Dude, you should play it. Just
play
the
song.
Yeah.
Boom.
I must look up the lyrics real quick.
Looking up the lyrics of that was by the Coup. We are taking these.
I'll read the list.
Well, it's just looking at this discography or like the Coup's discography. Kill my landlord. Genocide and juice. Steal this album. Party music. Pick a beggar weapon. Oh, his last one was Sorry to Bother You.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, it's based on...
Like 2012, yeah.
It's based on his work in a call center.
On his work in a call center.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and also looking at him, he does look like Cash, like the character of Cassius Green.
Yeah.
So, yeah. That is funny. Or...
Dang, yeah.
Some heavy stuff.
Well, he says, I don't know who this is, but he says, knock, knock, motherfucker, let me in. I just want to kick it in your big ass den. And if you don't like it, take 2 to the chin.
Oh, damn.
And show me to the kitchen because my kids is getting dizzy. I don't have to talk shit about packing a gat. In fact, you could get bucked by any other motherfucker where I live at. Dang, hear that? Money here is crystal clear, punk. Fuck that fiscal year, Chuck. Meet the pistol grip pump. Meet Mr. Rockefeller. We finna take him out. Do him like old Yeather. It's been too damn long. His profits ain't been mutual. That's why today it won't be business as usual.
Oh, damn.
Dang. MTV was like, oh, that's your lyrics? Well, we can't put you on a corporate...
No.
No, yeah. Yeah, it's definitely aggressive.
A little bit.
A
little aggressive towards some people that may have some influence.
Yeah. Yeah, shit's wild.
All right. Well, I guess we can call it a show. I think
good, dude. Yeah.
I think it's been good. Looking forward to a good 2019 with you,
shows.
our listeners. Right?
I'm back.
Yeah.
I'm back.
He's not back. He's always been here in our hearts.
Let's line some guests to talk about some MMA.
That's right, guests. Karos Foder, Pat Runes.
Ooh, Pat Runes.
Pat
Runes.
We're sending you. Like, I mean, this is like an hour 41 in, Pat. But we spent an hour 41 minutes. Yeah, right there. But yeah, thank you, whoever's listening. Thanks for listening all the way.
What's the average time we have on these?
I want to say about an hour and a half. Well, it used to be our cutoff because Ender would just not charge his thing, and it would only go with like an hour and like 20 minutes if I remember.
But were the other most recent ones, were they like an hour and
most recent ones were about roughly about an hour and a half, maybe like a two hours.
Yeah.
But yeah,
can't wait to do the next one, man. Thanks for calling me, and we're back to it.
Yep. Thanks, Scott. Thank you, listeners.
Peace and blessings.
Yeah.
Be safe on your journeys.
Exactly. Join our Patreon.
Has anyone donated?
.com. Not yet, but you could be the first.
Exactly.
That's right. You. That's right.
Please
you.
Donate.
Yeah.
You
right there. www.patreon.com/Pankration. All right. Bye, everybody.